What's happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Blizzard's upcoming MOBA, Heroes of the Storm. So right now the game is currently in beta, and you can get instant access to it through purchasing the Founders Pack, which runs about $40 USD. Overall, they've done some really interesting things to kind of change how MOBAs are played. Some of them I like a lot, some of them not so much. So what we're going to do in this video is play a quick match, show you how it works, talk about some of the in-game mechanics, and how they've changed up what a MOBA is, and then after that we're going to do a little mini review where I talk about what I really like about it, what I don't like about it, and hopefully give you guys a better idea of what to look forward to. So we're going to be doing a game with Arthas. Of course, we're just in practice mode because I don't want other players to have to deal with my bullshit as I ramble on and commentate. For now at least, there are rotating heroes during the beta, so there's Diablo, ETC, Arthas, Kerrigan, Lili, Tyrande, Uther, and Raynor. As you can see, there's a whole cast of memorable Blizzard characters from the universe, like Tyrael. We got Zeratul over here. We got Illidan. We got Chen. You know, we got a new Barak. So whether you're a fan of StarCraft or Warcraft or Diablo, you know, the whole gang's here. So either way, let's hop on in. We are going to be going in with Arthas. Arthas has grown on me a lot. I've been playing him and Kerrigan out of the main heroes available, and I really like him. Diablo's cool too, but Arthas is my boy. So anyway, let's hop on in, show you what it's all about. Haunted Mines. So there's going to be a quick little intro video here telling you how Haunted Mines works, which there's a couple different game modes in Hero of the Storm, and I really like that about it. I think it keeps it mixed up, so you'll see.
Welcome, foolish heroes, to the Haunted Mines. Here, death reigns eternal. Soon the mines will open, and the terrors within shall awaken. Slay the undead, wrest their cursed skulls from them. In turn, I will summon forth my mighty bone golems. They will destroy your enemy's defenses. So, do we have a deal?
So a quick little introduction to the game mode, and that's one of the things that I actually really like about Heroes of the Storm, is that there's a bunch of different little game modes, and you know, in something like Dota and League, you have, you know, all random or all pick or drafts, and I haven't seen game modes like that thus far in Heroes of the Storm, given I haven't played that much. But there's actual, just entirely different map styles. So obviously in this one, there's going to be periods where we go underground and we have to kill this stuff. I did one where you had to capture temples at key points, and as you capture the temples, you could, basically the temple would start zapping down enemy structures. I did one where there were little plant guys that you would kill, and you'd summon this giant plant thing that just tore apart enemy structures. And in short, the way it works is, you know, there's these events that happen on the map, and completing those events gives you a very distinct advantage in destroying the enemy's base, which I think is cool because it takes it away from your typical just lane game that you see in a lot of MOBAs. So with that in mind, you do still have the traditional lane style of play in Dota. That being said, it's a lot more upfront. You can see that, you know, we're still in the first minute of the game here, and I'm rushing up to try and get a kill on Malfurion. We got him down. Kerrigan's making a run for it. We're going to root this bitch in place and take her down. And now we're going to go for Raynor. Yeah. So it's a lot more fast-paced in comparison to Dota, where, you know, you have the first like 5-10 minutes of the game, you're just worrying about last hitting creeps and getting that gold, and that's critical to success in the game. And Heroes of the Storm is a lot more like right in the action. You know, as soon as the game started, we you know, 3-on-3, given to their computers, so they're not the smartest, but you know, we went, got a quick triple kill, got the fight going. You know, and another thing that's interesting about this game is that you level up as a team, and that's something that I really like a lot, especially in comparison with other MOBAs. Dota in particular, you know, there's Dota games where, you know, you'll be like, there'll be like an anti-mage or a faceless avoiding the other team, and it'll seem like you have a good chance to win. You know, your team is slaughtering the enemy, and then all of a sudden, 30, 40 minutes into the game, here comes this crazy ass carry that is suddenly like impossible to fucking kill, and you're like, what the fuck, you know? And you don't see that snowballing effect in Heroes of the Storm, which I think is really neat. So right now we're into the mine phase. The mine's just opened up, so we're gonna go down and smash through these guys. Keep leveling up, grab these little skulls, and I guess we deposit them somewhere. This is actually my first time playing this map variant, but it's interesting. So what's cool here is, you know, the enemy they could still be up top, pushing the lanes. Overall, these little mini of the, I don't know if you want to call them side events or the main events. I guess technically they're the side objectives, but they're very much worth it. Like, the rewards you get out of doing this stuff are fucking huge. The guys that attack, like, if we take down this bone golem, we'll probably get a shit ton of resources from it. But I'm not going to try and fight that thing without my team. So you can also just summon the mount up at any time through hitting Z, which is pretty cool. There's also, oh boy, there's 3 of them, I'm running. There is no town portals. You know, you just hit B and you go straight back via Hearthstone. Oh, y'all fucked up now. This is our bone golem. Fuck out of here, Muradin. Like Arthas, he has this slow aura. He just lets him ride people's dick. You're not going anywhere, you're rooted. Consecutive basic attacks heal you? No. Cross more deals area damage. All about it. So they managed to take that guy out. They're all teleporting out.
Your efforts are futile.
So I'm gonna teleport back. Go drop off any thingies I have over at the golem. I guess they just take them automatically. So our golem, we got 85 things total. The enemy got 15. So I guess that means our golem. Yeah, our golem's a lot stronger than our enemy. So we're gonna follow this thing and see what it does. So I do really like that. You know, it's cool that you have these side objectives that pop up, but they give a huge benefit to completing them. As you'll see in just a second here, this golem is probably going to just shit through this base. I haven't actually seen the golem in action before, so I'm curious to see what it can do. And it's hitting pretty fucking hard. Damn. Yeah, they haven't even put a dent in this thing yet. Meanwhile, their golem's about to drop. Talent. Ooh, Syndragosa. Last couple games have been Army of Ghouls, so Syndragosa will be known.
Untouchable.
Your efforts are futile.
Man, this thing is just beasting its way straight into their base right now. Towers are going down. Another thing that's really cool is, as you can see, there's this little ticker that's the health bar on this building. This little ticker that's going down is ammo. And basically, the buildings or the towers, whatever you want to call them, they have a set amount of ammo that they can fire off before they're empty, and then they can't anymore. Which I think is really cool. You know, that kind of changes up the standard where, you know, you have to, like, you gotta actually, you know, get to your shit and defend it, not only because it could die, but because it'll run out of ammo and be fucking helpless. then that's a problem for you, obviously. So we pretty much punched our way pretty damn deep into their base right now. You can see we've already reached the core, and we're only 6 minutes and 47 seconds in. And I think that's really cool. Like I said, it's a lot faster paced than, say, Dota, for example. You know, it's a very active game, very active MOBA.
The default hotkey for Hearthstone is B.
And because our team is a lot higher level than them, we're able right now to kind of walk up in their base and make them ambitious. No Citragosa! Oh, the dub kill! No Muradin, you're rooted. Frostmourne coming out. Ooh, the quad kill. Can I get it? No, I don't know if I can. Mega kill!
Your enemy has fallen before strike.
I'm gonna take down this tower. Fuck this tower. Alright, they're actually already on the core, man. This game's gonna be over in under 10 minutes. This thing's out of ammo, so we're just gonna take it out now. I don't know if the buildings actually refill on ammo. I haven't had one last long enough to find out.
Double kill. Well done. Triple kill. Quadruple kill. Quintuple kill.
Yeah, and their core's gonna go down right here. The mines will be reopening. Obviously, we're only fighting computers, so they're not that intelligent. But even in the games against players, let's say about 20 minutes is an average time of a match, which is obviously significantly shorter in comparison to something like Dota, where you have matches that'll go for 40, 50. I mean, hell, I've seen hour-plus matches. I've seen 2-hour matches in Dota. So these games go a lot quicker. You can see we're already going to actually teleport back to base, even though we're onto their core already. We're all pretty weak. Actually, no, fuck it. It's only 3%. It's going down here. We're getting this bitch. Got it. There it is. Core's dead. So 8 minutes and 50 seconds for a match. Really, really quick. Really fast-paced, though. As you saw, there was no downtime. There was no like sitting in lane farming or waiting for things to kick up. The game is very much instant action. So now that the match is done, let's talk about my opinion of the game in terms of pros and cons and my overall thoughts about it as someone with a lot of experience with MOBAs. And like I said, I've played over 1,500 hours of Dota. I probably put about 20 hours into League before I decided I was a bigger fan of Dota. I tried Smite about 2 games, and that was it with it. But I have played a lot of different MOBAs, and Blizzard's taken a really different approach here, focusing on a much faster game with a much bigger focus on team fighting. So the main pros, I'd say one of the biggest ones up front is obviously you have an awesome cast of characters here, and they're very memorable characters from the Blizzard universe. These are characters that you've seen in their games, that you've come to love or come to hate, whatever the case is, and it's cool to be able to pull these heroes out and play with them. It's like, oh, I want to get Asmodan so bad. He's one of the, as soon as I get my character unlocked, he's the one I'm going for. And I think it really has that going for it, whereas with Dota, the characters were based on Warcraft characters because it was originally a mod for Warcraft 3, and League did a good job of coming up with its own characters, and very innovative characters at that. But for someone that's unfamiliar with the game, you're just like, who's this? Like, who the fuck's this guy? And I feel that's a really strong point that Blizzard has going for them with this, is that anyone who is a Blizzard fan, they know who Arthas is, they know who Kerrigan is, they know who Diablo is, they know these characters, and they know how awesome they are from the games they're involved with. Another strong point of the game right now, I think, is the emphasis on team play. And as I mentioned earlier, that's one of the things that I really don't like so much about Dota. And while every MOBA is a team game, it's probably truer than ever in Heroes of the Storm. You level up as a team, and there's no one hero that can just snowball out of control and win the match on their own. And that's a really refreshing concept to see put into practice. It's also very intuitive and simple. You have You can right click to move and attack. You got abilities on Q, W, E, and ultimate on R. Sometimes you use D, like I had D for Frostmourne. Some other times it's just a passive ability. You can hit L to lock the camera. If the camera's unlocked, you can just tap spacebar to recenter it. B takes you back to base. Z pulls out a mount. So, you know, there's not a ton of buttons to learn. You know, it's really simple. And because of that, I feel that it's very easy for a casual player to just pick up and run with. And especially in comparison to something like Dota or League. You know, you have, while you have similar button layouts, you also have the glyph. You have all these different items to worry about. Some items have toggling effects, some have active effects, and it does make it a much harder game to master. And, you know, especially the guys that have been playing Dota with me a lot on stream recently, you know, I'm sitting there like, you know, you got to toggle that armlet, you got to use this ability on this guy. You have Lincolns, but they're going to target this guy, so put your Lincoln's bubble on this person on our team before we fight. And there's just so much going on that for a new player to jump in and learn it is very difficult. And given I'm a veteran when it comes to MOBA style games, I played one match of this and I was like, alright, I got it, let's do this. And, you know, in League that was not the case. In League it took me probably about 4 or 5 matches before I felt even close to being competent enough to try and play against other players. And given this is with 1,500 hours of experience in Dota, so by no means, I mean, and given games don't translate directly, you know, I feel that I was able to translate into League fairly easily, but at the same time, it wasn't instant, you know, there was still, you know, keeping a look at the items, understanding the core gameplay mechanics that were different, and in this game, man, I picked up and ran with it. So, onto some of the more negative things. Microtransactions fucking everywhere. You know, right now Arthas is free to play, but you can pay 7,000 gold to unlock Arthas. You can pay 849 up front to unlock Arthas, and it's like, damn, man. Like, I mean, and as you play, you know, you level up. Going under rewards, you can see that, you know, at level 12 I get a hero rotation slot. At level 15 I get a hero rotation slot. At level 30 I gain hero league matchmaking. And so, you know, some of the characters you unlock, and you're going to be earning gold, and you can buy the characters with that. But, you know, there's so much just microtransaction. Like, oh, pay $3.99 to get the Demon Hunter. Pay $8.49 to get the Queen. Play $9.99 to get Thrall. Like, I wanted Asmodan. Pay $9.99. You can play Asmodan right now. And it's just like, come on, Blizzard. Like, chill the fuck out with the microtransactions. Like, I know your wallet is trying to basically cling onto my nuts like it's its only fucking lifeline, but fucking scale it back, you know? $10 to unlock a hero? Isn't that a bit steep? And I mean, that was one of the big things that turned me off to League that I loved about Dota, is that all these heroes are unlocked by default in Dota, and you know, you had to play and earn the experience to unlock them in League, or pay the money up front. And I don't remember that much about the price point in League, but I sure as fuck don't think they were $10 a hero. I mean, maybe they were, and it's just been that long since I played, but I just feel like it's a really grubby tactic, and I absolutely despise that microtransactions are becoming the standard so much. I mean, you know, even with mounts, for example, you know, oh, you want this mount? You can buy this mount right now for $7.49. You can buy this mount for $10. You can buy this mount for $20. And skins, you know, this one you unlock. Oh, but you want this skin for Arthas? $7.49. You want this one for Arthas? $10. And you know, like, given in Dota, you know, all of your aesthetics are purchasable, but like $10 just seems to be like the sweet spot that Blizzard has fucking slapped on everything. Like, most sets in Dota, you know, the ones you'll get from like key chests, you're paying roughly $250 for a key. And they want $10 fucking for me to make Arthas look like that? Like, that's, come on, Blizzard. Anyway, getting off of the microtransactions, another big thing in my opinion is, while the game is easy to learn and easy to pick up, I'm concerned that it may be too easy. And the reason I say this is, you know, taking Dota for an example, I have 1,500 plus hours in Dota, and I still play it. And part of the reason of that is that there's so many different heroes in Dota, and there's so many different items, and there's so much to learn, so many different potential combinations and team makeups, that it keeps it interesting. And, you know, Dota is a hard game to learn and an even harder game to master, and that's what I feel gives it such great longevity. And I worry that Heroes of the Storm is so simple that it's not going to have even a remote chance at that longevity. You know, like the two biggest MOBAs right now are League and Dota. And there's a lot of character variety. There is all the different, you know, potential items and potential team comps. And while you have very memorable characters in Heroes of the Storm, there's not that many. You know, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 times 2, so 36 heroes total. That's not a lot, and especially considering there's no items of any sort in this game, I'm really concerned that it just may be too fucking easy to really have any long-term sustainability. Moving on from there, my final big concern with the game is how you can actually level up the heroes. Now, what I mean by that is, like, looking at Arthas, you know, I have my talents here, and right now I have just block and frost presence. But as I level up, I can get like Frozen Waste or Regeneration Master. You know, and I worry that as you level up your hero, I feel like somebody that has a max level Arthas that has access to all these abilities could be extremely overpowered in comparison to someone else. And I mean, it definitely adds an interesting point to the game, but I feel like it could propose a very serious balance issue down the line. And MOBAs are incredibly difficult to balance, and I feel like having this internally leveled up talent system on your specific hero is something that's going to make balancing very, very tricky. So overall, you know, for now at least, it is an entertaining game. I really like that the matches are quick. You know, like I said, my typical matches in Dota, I'm looking at 30 to 40 minutes average, and pretty much every match I've played in Heroes of the Storm has been roughly 10 minutes, which is cool to see. You know, you don't have to, like, if I want to play a game of Dota, I gotta be like, alright, let me see, alright, I have nothing coming up, I'm not gonna be hungry for at least about an hour, I just took a shit, so I don't gotta worry about having to run to the bathroom. And Heroes of the Storm, on the other hand, you're like, oh, 10 minutes? Yeah, like, I mean, I've finished these matches faster than it takes me to take an average poop, okay? So these are quick matches. But either way, you know, it's a good game. I'm definitely curious to see how it ends up turning out. Like I said, there's some really cool things about it, and I also have some very strong concerns. Obviously, I picked up the Founders Pack, so I'm at least going to play this until release. Probably going to be playing it a little bit more on stream, and we'll see how it goes. So either way, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed an early look at Heroes of the Storm. If there is enough interest shown in this game, this is something I consider doing an A to Z of. And I know there were requests for me to do that with League. Obviously, this has a similar system to League where you'd have to pay to unlock all the heroes. The big thing with League is there's like fucking triple this number of heroes, so that would be a lot of guys to unlock for an A to Z, whereas only getting 36 heroes, I could do that with relative ease, especially considering they're cycling them currently for the beta. So if you guys are interested, it is something I'd consider putting together. But either way, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next time when I play more Heroes of the Storm.